What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm bringing you guys the mission guide for tier 3 of the Black Mous faction. This guy has 7 total missions. Out of the first 6, you will have to have completed 5 in order to unlock the final one. Then once you complete that, you will unlock tier 4. And before we dive into it, if you guys do enjoy this content anytime or find this video helpful in any way, make sure to show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. We're going to throw an easy goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure to hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. First up, we have Perfection. This is going to be a one and done. It's asking you to complete a raid weapon stash contract without taking body damage. Now, what this is going to require you to do is open your tac map, click on the contract phone that has a weapon safe on it. You're going to go to it, activate it, and of course, it's going to take you to a stronghold. What you're going to want to do is clear this stronghold out of all the enemies before you actually activate the stash, because that's going to cause you to have to defend it. During the defense process, while the bar is filling up and until the safe opens, that's the point when you're not going to want to take body damage. Now, this is much easier if you have a group. However, you can do it solo. All you need to do is not take damage beyond your plates. So anytime you take any damage, you're going to want to plate up as soon as you can. And you're obviously, if you can go without taking that body damage, it will be completed. Now, I kind of found it was easiest to kind of funnel the enemies toward the top floor of the building in which I was defending, as it was easier to take out many more of them in a quick succession, and it avoided me getting shot in the back or getting challenged from multiple angles, and it made this pretty easy. Next up, we have Quick and Dirty. This one is also going to be a one-parter. It's asking you to complete and eliminate HVT contract in under 2 minutes. So if you open your TAC phone once again, you're looking at those contract phones, you're going to be looking for the one with the crosshair. You're going to obviously pick this guy up, go over there and activate it, and you will have to get there and eliminate the guy 2 minutes after activation. I think there is a timer for this one as well at the top of your screen. Essentially, I recommend once you activate it, make sure you grab a vehicle. You're going to want to beeline it to the enemy. You're going to be looking for the guy wearing the different outfit. Sometimes it's like a jogging suit. There's always something to differentiate the main target from the rest of the enemies. You're going to want to take him out as quickly as possible. As long as you do it under the 2-minute time, this one will be completed. Next up, we have Roof Rat. Now, this is probably one of the most challenging in this tier, if not the most difficult. It is 2 parts, and part 1 isn't too bad. It's going to have you kill 20 enemies in Al-Mazrah City by headshot with a sniper rifle. So you're going to want to infill with a sniper rifle, maybe one that you have as a contraband weapon, or you're going to want to go and find one or buy one at the shop. Once you've acquired your sniper rifle, you're going to want to take on any high ground you can in Al-Mazrah City, because essentially if you're high enough on a building, the AI will not shoot at you at all, making it pretty easy to kind of aim at them and take them out with those headshots. Once you've eliminated 20 enemies, this part will be complete. Part 2, however, is going to be very, very difficult. It's going to require you to kill 6 operators in Al-Mazrah City with a sniper rifle. Now, a lot of players are going to the top of the buildings, just trying to wait for any enemy operators in the area to kind of come through and just snipe at them. This is definitely not going to be the method to take, because everyone can go down and obviously get back up if they have a self-revive or if their teammates revive them, and you're not going to get any eliminations for that. The best plan of action here will be to actually use a primary weapon to down the players that you're looking to eliminate, and then eliminate them fully with the sniper rifle once they're down. These will count for the eliminations, and it was a much easier way to go about it than just sitting in high ground trying to get people to go in the areas you need them to go. This way you can kind of force engagements, you can do close quarters. As long as you actually finish them off with the sniper rifle, they will count. I found the best spot for me was the mail place, because I was just sitting on top of it, had an exfil in the nearby area, and I was able to pretty much just pick people off as they were trying to go for the exfil. This was obviously causing me to have to hit multiple snipe shots, but it was worth it, and in enough time, I was able to eliminate 6 total enemies, completing this part of the challenge. Now, there's also a little tip I want to give you guys that I've been recommended in the comment section for some of you guys struggling to get enemies in the area. If you guys are feeling crazy, you guys can go get that weapon case and bring it to the area in which you were trying to eliminate opponents, and this will definitely bait people to the area you want them to be in. So maybe you guys go for that strategy if you're having a hard time finding players, but overall, that's going to be Roof Rat. Next up, we have Unarmed and Dangerous. This one can be a pain only because you have to complete it solo. It is 2 parts. Part 1 is asking you to infill solo without any weapons. So before you actually load in or deploy, you're going to want to make sure you take any weapons that you have on your loadout off. That way, this part will be completed upon loading. Now, this next part is a little bit more challenging. It's going to ask you to exfil in that same deployment that you loaded in without any weapons, without actually picking up any weapons throughout your run. So essentially what you're going to want to do is, once you've actually infilled, you don't have any weapons, you're going to want to beeline it to the nearest, most armored vehicle you can find. you're going to want to jump in that and make your way to the closest, or at least the safest looking exfil. You're going to exfil as soon as possible. Good news with this one is if you manage to fail it, you're not really losing much and you can just dive back in and give it another shot. Next up, we have Vintage Connoisseur. This one is going to be fairly similar to one we've done in the past. It is going to be 3 parts. Part 1 is asking you to deliver 20 wine bottles to any dumpster dead drop. Now, the best place to find wine bottles is going to be in the Yum Yum Burgers if you're in Al Mazrah City. I went to a few of these different locations, found quite a few. Or if you're on a different part of the map, I definitely recommend Seraph Bay, as there is a pretty large kitchen in one of the buildings, has a ton of fridges, and will give you quite a few of these. Part 2 is asking you to deliver 11 aged wine bottles to any dumpster dead drop as well. Similar to the first one, you're going to go to those same locations. Anywhere that you're really finding wine bottles, you should be able to find aged wine bottles. And of course, at any point that I am dead dropping, I will show it on the map. That way you guys kind of know the locations, but there are 6 total. You guys should be kind of familiar with them up to this point. Now, the last and final part of Vintage Connoisseur is going to be to extract 3 vintage wine bottles. Now, these are going to be found in the same locations that we were referring to in the other 2 parts of this mission. However, they're extremely rare. Some cases, I only found 1 in a single match. There were multiple matches I wasn't able to find any. And then once I actually was done with this challenge or no longer had it equipped, I was able to find 3 in a single match. So there is some RNG to it. But if you go to the same areas as you do in the first 2 parts, you guys should eventually be successful. Once you have found a vintage wine bottle, you're going to have to extract with it. This part will be completed. Being the last part too, you should have this whole mission done. Next up, we have the whale. This one's going to be 1 part, but I definitely recommend running in a squad. It's going to have you extract with a single backpack carrying 200k in cash and valuables. Now, I would just go with the cash, so that way you don't have to do any math at the end. But essentially, what you're going to want to do is complete contracts. I definitely recommend doing the destroy supplies, as it will show you safes on the map. And with like 3 to 5 of those, you guys will get a ton of money. You're going to obviously want to work with your teammates to do some looting. Maybe you'll have to go to some buy stations and sell some things. But overall, once you guys have collected 200k in a single backpack, or at least on a single player, essentially, you'll want to exfil safely with that. And for our last and final mission, we have Natural Treasure. This one is going to be one of the more challenging ones, of course, and it is 3 parts. Part 1 is asking you to locate and loot the first hidden container at the Oasis east of Turok. Funny enough, though, it is actually the west, so if you open your TAC map, on the left side of Turok will be a few bodies of water. One of them is shaped as a horseshoe or a U shape in general. Here is where you're going to find the first hidden container, and of course I will show you guys on the map. Make sure you guys loot everything in here, and this part should be completed. Part 2 is where things get a bit more challenging. I definitely advise you guys to find an armored vehicle in order to increase your odds of surviving, but you're going to basically go all the way from the Oasis toward the Sawa village. It's going to be near a spawn point you guys are familiar with. There's these little extended pieces of land that look like little arms, or whatever you want to refer to them as, and in between those and the actual mainland will be the second hidden cache. It's going to be at the bottom of the water, so you're going to want to kind of get in the area, which I will of course show you. Look from the shore into the ocean or the water, and make sure you obviously identify it, then swim down there and grab it. Once you've looted this, part 2 is going to be complete. Part 3 is going to be on the complete opposite side of the map, but basically locate the third hidden container and extract the irradiated drill found inside. So you have to go all the way to Turok, and you're going to this time be on the east side, and on the opposite side of the river from Turok, you will find this third stash. I will of course show you guys on the map where it is. You're going to locate that hidden container, open it. You're going to need to make sure you pull the irradiated drill out and keep it in your bag. This is very important. It's going to look like a normal drill. Doesn't have anything special to it besides it's named the irradiated drill. You're going to have to exfil safely with this guy. So whether or not you guys wait for the final exfil, which can sometimes be the least contested, or even if you want to complete a hostage rescue, you could exfil kind of secretly doing that. Or you can just go all in and risk it at a normal exfil point. It's up to you. But that's going to be everything for Tier 3 of Black Mous. This will, of course, unlock Tier 4. Now that we've covered all the missions, that's going to wrap things up for us in today's video. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.